Hi, I'm Carrie Blazer, mother, shaman, and recently published author of My Inner Heroine Exploring Feminine Pain. There's a lot of reasons why I resonate with Charlie Kirk saying on July 16th, 2025, that Mary is the solution to toxic feminism. Now, I know that he was referencing Mary, Jesus' mother, and an evangelical, that's not common for them to focus on Mary, Jesus' mother. But there's two Marys. There's Mary, Jesus' mother, and then there's Mary Magdalene, Jesus' wife, which I know flies in the face of what most Christians think is true and what they believe is true. But there is a plethora, an overabundance of historical data, texts, tombs, an Aramaic, Biblical Hebrew, Greek, a plethora of other languages, texts found, stating the opposite. That Mary and Jesus were married. Okay? I mean, I've listed all the signs and synchronicities. You can look in the description of my YouTube channel, and I'm not going to get into all of them here. I'm going to focus on why I resonate with Charlie Kirk. Charlie Kirk lives in Scottsdale, Arizona. His family lives in Scottsdale, Arizona. That's where I was born. On July 16th, 2025, I sent an important email. I've helped men like Andrew Tate, Justin Waller, two fire academy instructors with my shamanic gifts, all leading me back to my guy from my childhood, former FBI, currently head of global security at GoDaddy, initials are JC. You can look him up. On July 16th, it was the first time I emailed Justin, Rollo Tomasi, and Brian, I know Brian from the Whatever podcast, and told them all the signs and synchronicities that my soul is the same soul as Mary Magdalene. And it just so happened, right, that Charlie Kirk said on that exact same day, we live in the same time zone, because I live in Ventura, California, that Mary is a solution to toxic feminism. Well, what were feminists complaining about? Well, the patriarchy. Well, let's talk about that for a second. And wisdom that I've been shown. Okay, so Mary Magdalene has a strong history in the West. In France, particularly where I lived in southern France, in the Languedoc region of southern France, where Toulouse, France is located. I lived there between the time I was 1 and 3. Another synchronicity, right? Well, the Cathars developed a religion around Mary Magdalene and Jesus Christ's original teaching that aligns with early Christians and Gnostics about self-love. And they talked about the dual nature of reality, that there's the spiritual world, which is good, and then there's the material world, which is bad. Okay, now I don't see it quite the same. I see the dual nature of reality being masculine and feminine, and the balance between the two as what we need. So during my first enlightenment experience, what did I download? What did I see? Well, when Christians say we're made in the image of God, but then there's men and women, and we ascribe masculinity to God, we take away women's value to create, because we ascribe that to a masculine God. Creation and orchestration are both God. So then what do women do? Right? Early Christians, I mean, Christianity goes against Judaism, and everyone knows that Jesus was a Jew. Well, if Jesus was married and had kids that are spiritual teachers, they would carry on his legacy through Judaism and not a whole new religion of Christianity. So what do the non-Jewish men do? They decide later on to adopt only 4 of the 21 Gospels. That Jesus was God, not married and just better than all men and women. He's just better. And then we're going to create a church to connect you to your soul. Well, I'm out here in Ventura, California, where the missionaries enslaved the Chumash Indians, Native Americans. And I have a deep connection to that story. You can see that's in my YouTube channel description as well. Feminine creates. We have a womb for creation, and we wonder what women are complaining about when women, we create human life, and we give creation over to a masculine God. Additionally, forgiveness creativity, intuition, nurturing, compassion, all the ways we connect on the inside to our soul, feminine work is now given to a masculine church. Same thing in Buddhism. I have a master's degree in East Asian religious studies. Same thing happened in the East. Same thing. Patriarchy, same thing. Men taking credit for feminine value and wonder why women are complaining about a patriarchy. So yeah, I don't think that Charlie put the pieces together that way, but that's the way I put it together. And when I saw that the kind of glitch in the matrix, so to speak, that I let Rollo know about, is that we don't value women's inherent ability to create, and we don't ascribe that to women. Imagine if God were dual in nature. Half feminine, half masculine. Okay, well, I solved that problem too last fall when I experienced enlightenment, and I was shown how masculine and feminine souls are created. We used to be one soul with both feminine and masculine qualities. Then we wanted to grow and expand. So then we got to split into a feminine and a masculine soul. So how does that happen? The intent to create the masculine soul creates the feminine soul. Then the feminine soul tears out half of her heart chakra to create the masculine soul. Again, feminine creates, and we don't ascribe value to that. We have the whole world going against Israel right now. They want a two-state solution. Dual, people, dual. Why are they screaming at Israel as a spiritual lesson about the dual? Two, men and women, not God, not the Palestinians and the Jews. Men and women. We are equally valuable. And when Christianity, Buddhism, religions ascribes all the value to men, and we're just the little helpers down here. Women are the one that connects to the spiritual world. The Native Americans knew it. Cherokee proverb, a woman's highest calling is to connect a man to his soul so he can unite with source, God. A man's highest calling is to protect a woman so she can walk the earth unharmed. Women are source energy. Our nervous systems are more robust so we can channel source energy in mass. Men are once removed. That's why they can put their emotions aside, source energy, and plan and strategize to be on the human world. Equally necessary, different roles. So I really encourage everyone to consider that God is also dual in nature. That is how Mary Magdalene's soul, Carrie Blazer, can help bring an end to toxic feminism, toxic femininity, and toxic masculinity. It's all generational trauma. Self-love is the answer. Okay, thank you for listening. Please like and subscribe. I'll do as many videos as I can every day, getting the message out. Thanks. Bye.